they have money to blow, basically, right?
Yeah. And it's not really hurting the Dodgers. Everything's deferred. I don't know if you saw the details of that contract for Tanner Scott, but there's $20 million of that $70 million deal that's deferred. Well, the Dodgers are
That
doing it
is
right. They're using all these loopholes for their best advantage. Other teams should be doing that. Just the Dodgers have set the precedent. Like they do it the best, and that's why everybody wants to play there.
I hear there's also like a strategy to it where they delay this money, but they're able to invest the money. So then by the time the money comes around to pay due, they're already made a bunch of money on it. I don't know exactly how all that works though, but that's what I've heard.
Yeah, so that money's placed into an escrow account.
I see.
And so like every year you put that money into an escrow account, or maybe in this case it's bulk. $20 million goes in this escrow account. Doesn't have to be paid until who knows? Let's just say it's 2040. So what are we in? 20 it has 15 years to accumulate compounding interest. So that $20 million today could be $60 million by then. So in the end, it's kind of a wash for the Dodgers
It's crazy.
as long as there's the interest is accumulating.
Compound interest. I mean, these guys have it all. I can give real credit where credit's due, and the Dodgers are obviously blowing everyone's mind right now. And someone's mind to really blow and kind of put the dagger in is on Chris because he loves the Padres. I thought the Padres, just that as our final closing for this podcast, if you want to comment on how Roki was a candidate per se to go to the Dodgers, I'm sorry, the Padres, and it didn't happen because Musgrove is out. They really needed him on his roster. What do you think this is going to do to the Padres now?
It hurts two teams really bad. The Padres, yes, but the Padres can recover. So they'll
Okay.
find somebody to replace Musgrove, who's out with Tommy John surgery. The Padres are also a good destination team that people want to play at. So
True.
the Padres will be all right. They're not going to win anything anytime soon, but they'll be entertaining. The most damage that incurred here is the Blue Jays. Sasaki not going to the Blue Jays was that nail in the coffin for the foreseeable future. So the Blue Jays absolutely needed this, and they were hedging all their bets on this. They even made some moves prior to get some more international bonus pool. So they assumed a contract of Miles Straw from the Guardians, and that was a terrible contract. But they took on $12 million of that $14 million just to get that bonus pool money to hopefully give Sasaki a little more um, intrigue into signing with them. That backfired on them. Didn't get Sasaki, take on this horrible contract. But then you think of like what's going to happen throughout the season. The Blue Jays probably aren't going to re-sign Guerrero. They'll probably let him go or trade him. Bichette is
Most
probably the
likely.
same thing. If those two players don't come back, the Blue Jays are done. And in 2024, they finished last in the AL East. I think they were 14 games under 500, and that's such a competitive division that they have no chance for the foreseeable future. The Yankees are going to come back strong, or they stronger than ever. The Red Sox are up and coming. Don't forget about the Orioles, which had a lot of promise coming into the year. I think a lot of
Right.
people picked the Orioles to go to the World Series. And then you can't forget about the Rays, which always find a way to get into the wild card. They're in the mix. They're always surprisingly good. The Blue Jays don't stand a chance. And I think that last little domino of not signing Sasaki is just going to be like, ah, fuck it. We got to just blow it up now and tank. And hopefully we get a few draft picks in the next few years by being so bad, and then we could be good in 6, 7, 8 years from now. But if you're a Blue Jays fan, I'm sorry.
You're done.
It's going to be a very, very bad couple of years. You might as well just go hibernate and then check back on baseball in 2030 because nothing good's going to happen for you for a long time.
Yeah, it's too bad. But at the end of the day, they screwed up. They thought they could give him more money, but Sasaki, he looked at the big picture. He didn't want a couple more million that the Dodgers couldn't give him, and he ended up going with the Dodgers because of the culture and all the other things we spoke about today. I think the
Yeah.
next episode we need to talk about the Yankees, see what you think about that and what I think about that, and maybe a little bit about the Padres. Anyways, till next time, everyone. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and share this with everyone you know. Sway, if you want to close it out and mention anything in particular you want the people to hear about, please throw it out there.
Hey, we'll just find some other fun stuff to talk about. I think a lot of the hot stove stuff is done, with the exception of maybe Pete Alonso and Alex Bregman. Where are they going to sign, and are they going to sign before spring training? So that's something we could talk about next episode as well.